Welcome back, guys. I'm doing another reel comparison today. We are comparing the Shimano Curado, which retails for about $140, to the Royale Legend from KastKing that retailed for about $40. So there's a $100 difference, but can you tell a major difference in quality? Alright, so the KastKing Royale Legend has 11+1 ball bearings. That's a lot of ball bearings for a reel in this price range. The Curado has 6+1. The KastKing's ball bearings are shielded, so it has a little bit of extra protection compared to the Curado. I'm not saying you should leave it out in the rain and throw it against the wall and all that, but it does have that little level of protection. The KastKing is a little bit louder than the Curado, but I mean, unless you're like filming a lot, then that's not an issue. I don't really get bugged by the sound of reels. I don't think a lot of people actually do, unless it's like the Shakespeare Alpha, which is ridiculously loud for a spinning reel. So the Battle Royale offers 17.5 pounds of drag, and it gets that from 3 carbon fiber braking discs built in. This gets 11 pounds of drag. So I'm definitely going to rely more on the KastKing if you're fishing heavy cover or anything like that, to be able to actually haul that fish out of whatever cover you're fishing in. So they both weigh about 7.6 ounces, and with that being said, the Curado is just a little bit smaller, so it fits in your hand just a little bit better. They both basically have the same type of braking system. The Curado runs off of a what they call an X-ship braking system, so it has centrifugal brakes in it, as you can see right there, but you can also change it up with this little dial on the side. Once you run the Royale Legend, you can see that not only does it have 7 magnets for braking, but it also has 4 centrifugal brakes. I run mine with 1 and 3 on. And that's going to come into play for both these reels when you're doing stuff like casting into the wind. The extra braking systems really help, and it prevents a lot of backlash. That being said, I've probably backlashed more with the Curado than I have with the Royale Legend. But I mean, both are really minimal compared to something like the Black Max. The trick is you need to get used to the magnetic braking system. So if you crack these two open, you're going to see that the Curado has aluminum gears, which is pretty much the industry standard, whereas the Royale Legend has brass gears, which is a huge step up. Again, along with the shielded ball bearings, it kind of just adds an extra layer of security for me, knowing that this reel isn't going to start giving out or anything like that. So I think the final test and the Curado's only real chance for salvation is if I get out there and I fish them myself and see if the Curado is way smoother or if the Curado can cast a lot further.
So how smooth this thing can cast? I believe 6+1, 11+1 ball bearings. Casting into the wind should be interesting. That was pretty smooth, not gonna lie.
So as you guys saw, they were both really smooth. They both casted very well, especially in these windy conditions that we're having right now. We have some storms coming through. I was throwing the Royale Legend on a stiffer graphite rod while I was using the Curado on a fiberglass rod made by the same company. So the Curado was on a much more limber rod. You think it would have more of a whipping action that's made to cast out crankbaits at real far distances to cover a lot of ground, while the Royale Legend was on a graphite rod that's a little bit stiffer. It's made for more of setting the hook on thick single hooked lures like jigs. So in theory, I would put my money on the Curado casting out further because they're both extremely smooth. They both are known for casting very well, but the rod would make the difference. But that didn't happen. The Royale Legend has been impressing me since day one on the distance I'm able to cast with it. I need to get another one. Like, I have been telling my wife, my brother, anyone that'll listen to me about fishing that I'm changing out all my Black Maxes from Abu Garcia to Royale Legends. They are almost counterparts. I mean, I'm not comparing those ones, I'm comparing it to the Curado. But I am switching over to Royale Legend as much as possible. I'm going to be trying a few other KastKing reels out. I have the Stealth, the White Max, and then the Royale Legend. And I want to try the Speed Demon and the Assassin. I hear great things about all these reels, but in this particular case, the KastKing definitely won. It was not only the further caster. They were about the same when it came to how smooth they are, and also the Royale Legend is 1/3 of the price. That's not an exact math because it's less than 1/3 of the price, but you get what I'm getting at. I can replace all my Black Maxes for the price of getting one Curado. So I hope you guys learned something from this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go down there and hit that like button. While you're down there, go over and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time I post.
Yeah.